everyone, welcome in my YouTube video channel of Engineering Graphics and Design subject. Myself Aarti Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. This is second session of Isometric Projection and View or Drawing. In this session, we are going to solve the simple example of Isometric View or Drawing. Example number 1. Draw isometric view of square prism with side of base 40 mm and length of axis 70 mm. Now we know that prism having equal shape of base and top face. Here the prism is square prism, so the shape of base and top face is square. First assume front view and top view of square prism. Here, if the prism position is standing projection from its base, then the top view is look like a square and size is 40 mm, and the front view is look like a rectangle and height is 70 mm and length is 40 mm. We know that any prism having rectangular face, so if any prism is in standing position from its base, then its front view looks like a rectangle. In isometric, generally 2D views are given, and according to 2D views, we need to draw 3D object. Sometimes 2D views are not given if object is simple. So here we need to assume 2D views because the object is simple, which is square prism. First find out total length, width and height of square prism as per this assumed views. Length is equal to 40 mm, width is also 40 mm and height is equal to 70 mm. Next, draw isometric box with taking maximum length, width and height. First, draw 30-degree angle line from horizontal reference line, which is indicate x-axis, and take 40 mm length on x-axis. Next, draw z-axis from O point. The angle of z-axis is also 30 degree from horizontal reference and take maximum width, which is 40 mm on z-axis. Next, draw y-axis and on y-axis take height and the maximum height is 70 mm. Next, complete 3D box. From this end point of length, draw parallel to height line. From this end point of width, draw parallel to height line. From this point, draw parallel to length line. From this point, draw parallel to width line. From this point, again draw parallel to length line and parallel to width line and complete 3D box. Here, this 3D box indicates square prism. You can see here, top view of this square prism is square and front view looks like a rectangle. Next, locate dimension of this square prism. Here, length is taken on x-axis, so the direction of front view is this, and locate here 40 mm length. Next, locate here 40 mm width and 70 mm height. Next, let us solve example 2. Draw the isometric drawing of the frustum of a square pyramid when the length of the bottom edge is 60 mm, the length of the top edge is 40 mm and the height of the frustum is 70 mm. Now, as per given question, first let us understand what is frustum. The portion of pyramid or a cone which remain after its upper part has been cut off by a cutting plane parallel to base. Here you can see square pyramid is given. If this square pyramid is cut by a cutting plane parallel to the base, then the remaining portion of the square pyramid is known as frustum. Here the pyramid is square pyramid, so this cut portion is known as frustum of square pyramid. Next, assume front view and top view of frustum square pyramid. Because as per given data, 2D views of frustum square pyramid is not given. So here we need to assume front view and top view of frustum square pyramid. Now this is the top view of frustum square pyramid. From top direction we cannot see height. The size of base is given 60 mm and the size of square edge after taking section is given 40 mm. This is the front view of frustum square pyramid. Now here this parallel to XY line indicate length, this vertical line indicate height, and in top view this vertical line indicate width. So first find out maximum length, width and height of given frustum square pyramid. Maximum length is equal to 60 mm. Maximum width is also 60 mm because the base of frustum square pyramid is square. And maximum height is 70 mm. Next, draw isometric box with considering maximum length, width and height. So first draw horizontal reference line. Take O point on horizontal reference line. From O point, draw x-axis. The angle of x-axis is 30 degree from horizontal reference. Take maximum length on x-axis. Next, from O point, draw z-axis and take maximum width on z-axis, and the angle of z-axis with horizontal reference line is also 30 degree. Next, draw y-axis from O point, which is vertical line, and on y-axis take maximum height, and maximum height is 70 mm. Next, complete 3D box. From end point of this width and length point, draw parallel to height line. Next, connect these two end point of height parallel to length, and similarly connect here these two end point of height parallel to width line. Next, from this point, draw parallel to length line, and from this point, draw parallel to width line, and complete 3D box. Next, locate top view in 3D box. Now, in top face, we need to draw 40 by 40 mm size square. Total size of top face is 60 mm length and 60 mm width. So, on this length line, draw parallel to width line, take size 10 mm. Similarly, from this point, take 10 mm size and draw parallel to width line. Next, take 10 mm width on this line and draw parallel to length line. Similarly, from this point, take 10 mm width and draw parallel to length line. Now here, this portion is indicate 40 by 40 mm square. Now in 3D object, we cannot see whole square of the base. We can see only two edges of the square base. One is length and another is width. Next, draw cut slanted. For cut slanted location, connect base corner point with top face square corner point. So this is Frustum square pyramid. Next, locate dimensions. Here length is taken on x-axis. So this direction is indicate for front view. So locate length here, which is 60 mm. Next locate width, which is also 60 mm. And next locate height, which is 70 mm. Next locate size of cut square, which is given 40 mm. So this is the isometric view or drawing of a given Frustum square pyramid. Next, let us understand isometric view of a circle if it is a front view or top view. Now, in isometric drawing, circle looks like a ellipse. For circle drawing, we need to apply 4 center method. Next, consider 70 mm diameter circle inside the square. Here, mark square corner point as A, B, C, D and axis point mark here as a P, R, Q, S. Next, draw isometric view of a circle in top face. First, draw horizontal reference line. From horizontal reference line, draw top face. Angle of this line from horizontal reference is 30 degree, which is indicate length, and take here maximum length is equal to diameter of the given circle. Now here this line indicate width, and take here maximum width is equal to also diameter of the circle. The angle of length and width line from horizontal reference is 30 degree. Next, mark corner points as A, B, C, D. Next, locate BD and AC diagonal. Mark O point at intersecting point of DB and AC diagonal. Next, connect midpoint of AD and BC edges passing through O point and parallel to AB edges. Similarly, connect midpoint of AB and CD edges passing through O point, which is parallel to AD edges. Mark here P, Q, R and S point. Now these two lines indicate center line of length and center line of width. Next, connect AR and AQ point. Similarly, connect CS and CP point. Here, these two lines intersect at one point on this BD diagonal, which is indicate M point, and this intersecting point of these two lines on DB diagonal is indicate here N point. Next, take center A, radius AR or AQ, and from A point draw arc which is connect point R and point Q. Next, take center C, radius CP or CS and connect PS point from C center. Next, take center M, radius MS or MR, and from M center, connect S and R point. Similarly, take center N, take radius NP or NQ, and from N point, connect P and Q point. So here, M and AC indicate 4 center for isometric drawing of a circle. Next, draw circle in front face. First, draw horizontal line. Next, draw front face which cover length and height. Take length is equal to diameter of the circle and height is also equal to diameter of the circle. The angle of x-axis or length line from horizontal reference is 30 degree and height line is always vertical on y-axis. Next, locate the corner point of front face as A, B, C, D. Next, connect AC and BD diagonal. Next, mark O point at intersecting point of AC and BD diagonal. Next, connect middle point of AD and BC edges passing through O point and parallel to AB line. Next, connect middle point of AB and CD edge passing through O point and parallel to AD or BC line. Mark here P, Q, R and S point. Next, take center at D point and connect DQ and DP point. Similarly, next take center at B point and connect BR and BS point. Now here, these two lines intersect at one point on bigger diagonal. Similarly, these two lines intersect at one point on bigger diagonal and mark here two center point of circle M and N on bigger diagonal. Next, take center D, radius DQ or DP and draw arc passing through P and Q point. Similarly, next take center B, radius BS or BR and draw arc from center point B. Next, take center M, radius MP or MS and draw arc. Similarly, take center N, radius NR or NQ and draw arc from center point N. So here this is indicate isometric view of a circle in front face. Next, let us solve one example which having circle. Draw isometric view of cylinder standing on HP having axis height 80 mm, base diameter 60 mm. Now, first we need to assume top view and front view of cylinder standing on HP. Here you can see top view is a circle and front view looks like a rectangle. Height of front view rectangle is 80 mm and the diameter of the circle is 60 mm. First, find out maximum length, width and height of given cylinder. Maximum length is equal to 60 mm. Maximum width is equal to also 60 mm and maximum height is equal to 80 mm. Next, draw isometric box with considering maximum length, width and height. First, draw horizontal reference line. From horizontal reference line, draw x-axis. Inclination of x-axis from horizontal reference line is 30 degree. Next, draw z-axis. The inclination of z-axis from horizontal reference line is also 30 degree. On x-axis, take maximum length, which is 60 mm, and on z-axis, take maximum width, which is also 60 mm. Next, locate y-axis, and on y-axis, consider maximum height, which is 80 mm. Next, complete isometric box from endpoint of length and width. Draw parallel to height line. Next, from this point, draw parallel to length and parallel to width line and complete isometric 3D box. Next, draw circle in top face. Now for circle drawing in isometric view or projection, we need to apply 4 center method. So first, draw bigger and smaller diagonal of this top face. Next, draw axis line parallel to length and parallel to width of top face. Next, from this end point of smaller diagonal, connect this end point of these two axes. Similarly, from this end point of smaller diagonal, connect remaining end point of two axes. Next, mark 4 center, 2 center on smaller diagonal and 2 center on bigger diagonal at this intersecting point. Next, take this center and connect these two endpoint of axes. Similarly, take this center and connect these two endpoint of axes. Next, take this center and connect these two endpoint of axes, and next take this center and connect two endpoint of axes. Now cylinder having equal shape of base and top face. So first complete base face, connect bigger diagonal. Now in 3D object, we cannot see whole circle of base. So how to complete circle in base? First transfer this center up to 80 mm height, because the total height of cylinder is given 80 mm, and locate here one center point. From this center point, draw arc tangent to these two edges. Next, for parallel to this arc drawing in bottom face, transfer this center up to 80 mm height, which is intersect on this bigger diagonal. Next, take this center and draw arc tangent to this edge. Similarly, for parallel drawing of this arc in bottom face, transfer this center up to 80 mm height, which is intersect on this bigger diagonal, and take this center and draw arc which is parallel to this arc tangent to this bottom edge. Next, connect tangentially these two arc parallel to height. So this is indicate isometric view or drawing of cylinder. So this is the end of this session. See you soon in next coming video lecture. Thank you.